fell below 6% in 2024, the World Bank expects the Philippines to become an upper middle income country by next year. With us now for more is World Bank Country Director for the Philippines, Malaysia and Brunei, Zafer Mustafaoglu. Well, good to see you, Zafer. Welcome to the program.
Thanks so much, Katie. It's a pleasure to be in your program. Thank you.
Well, before we get talking about upper middle income country, how are you seeing the unfolding global trade war impacting the Philippines?
Philippines has been growing very well. Actually, it's one of the top performers in the region. If you look at its growth performance over the past decade, it did very well, and also it created jobs. It is a good opportunities for its future. It is a young population. Half of the population is below 25. And it is well integrated in the East Asia. In that context, certainly, it bodes well for its future. We expect Philippines to continue growing in the next years, and that in that sense, it is likely to achieve its upper middle income status by 2026.
Well, I've had Stan Church Jonathan Ko describing his clients seeing the Philippines with cautious optimism. That's the phrase that he used in the ASEAN. Do you agree? Or is there another phrase that you describe the Philippines vis-a-vis Malaysia and Brunei, which you also look after?
So I cover Malaysia and Brunei along with Philippines, and I also in the past used to work on China, Vietnam, Cambodia, and many ASEAN countries. Each country has its different comparative advantages and positions, but I see all these countries actually that they have good opportunities, and they have been putting a lot of effort to increase their intra-ASEAN trade and then benefit from the growing trade connections and growth in East Asia. When we look at East Asia is still one of the top performing regions in terms of growth, despite global slowdown. So in that context, when we look at the past 5-10 years, we see that actually many countries in the region increased their exports both vis-a-vis among themselves and also some of the countries with the US. So in that context, I see Philippines has good opportunities. But of course, Philippines will also need to invest in reform efforts and continue boosting with reforms and opening up its market. And also, it will be very important to skill and reskill its labor force and create human capital to benefit from all these technological changes and things happening around it. And that would place Philippines very well in terms of its opportunities to continue with its very strong performer in the region. Actually, its growth performance in the couple of past years has been only second to Vietnam.
It has. So which priority reforms then so that we exceed Vietnam? And in the scenario that we have Trump 2.0 also causing the global political uncertainties?
Certainly, we are preparing a new country partnership framework for Philippines together with the government. World Bank has been actually is about to celebrate its 80th year in the Philippines this coming December. So this is a very long partnership, and we have been very committed to support several structural areas, economic and social development areas. In the case of upcoming reforms that we would like to focus on, one of them I would like to emphasize is to improve health and education outcomes. When we look at Philippines, actually, a young person in Philippines, a child, is expected to only achieve 52% of full capacity when that child becomes an adult. Of course, it's still important to increase that capacity. Still, about 1/4 of kids suffer from stunting. And then also when we look at learning education outcomes, we see that at the age of 10, young kids, when they read, almost 90% of them are having difficulty in comprehending what they read. So this, of course, an area that we are focusing very much to improve education and health outcome. The second area I would like to highlight is a competitive private sector. For growth to sustain, Philippines will need a very competitive private sector, as we are discussing, to benefit from these opportunities and changing context. And in that sense, we are focusing on improving regulatory business environments, its implementation, deepening financial markets that both provide access to finance but also stability, and also firm entry into the markets to create more and product firms and help them grow.
Got it.
The third area that I would like to highlight is infrastructure. We all know that Philippines suffer from infrastructure gaps, both in terms of physical, renewable energy, and digital transformation. Actually, the government is putting a lot of effort on digital transformation, and that's very important and good for future, certain, and also to benefit from technological changes.
Understood.
And this is our fourth area of focus. And third, and the fourth one is actually resilient communities, given their exposure to climate risk. That's extremely important, and we have been continuing to focus on this area.
Okay, we got that. It's a laundry list, but it's a good laundry list to work towards upper middle income. Thank you so much, Zafer. I appreciate this conversation. World Bank Country Director Zafer Mustafaoglu joining us live.